So back again. So I thought I'd do one more video to demonstrate a couple of other little things, a couple of little variables that people brought up that might be affecting the way that the flight model works and the way that the thrusters work. One was the IFCS safeties, so whether you had G-safe on, coupled on, or ComStab on. So what I've done in this video is I've tried the different modes, turning them on and off, and then trying the same tests, just basically moving in the longitudinal plane, so forward and then backwards, and watching the thrust output to see what the thrusters are actually doing. So I found a few surprises while I was going. So let's get into it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about again. So in this video, I'm starting off with my IFCS safety set up with ComStab on, coupled on, and G-safe off. So that removes the chance that the G-safe is messing around with the thrusters and trying to slow the ship down. So we'll just watch what's happening here with that. So you can see once again the throttle's moving up and down as it should. You can see the thrusters, the thrust output there is still going up, and then it's having that roll back before it gets to actually reversing thrust. So it's the same thing happening here, even with the G-safe off. So G-safe definitely has nothing to do with thrusters behavior. So it's continuing to do the same thing as it would normally with G-safe on. So you can see it's doing the same thing in reverse as it does in forward. You get the same lag, you get the same ramp down and then ramp up of the thrusters. So in this test, I'm starting with coupled on, G-safe on, and ComStab off, just to make sure that there's no funny business happening with any of the IFCS settings. So you can see there the behavior is exactly the same, even with ComStab off. It makes no difference whatsoever. So now I'm trying the same settings again, but this time in a decoupled mode. So I have G-safe on to start and ComStab off. Now this is where it got surprising. Watch the behavior of the thrusters now. So you can see here when I'm decoupled that your thrusters actually act with the movement of your stick. So if you push forward and then you stop pushing forward, it automatically ramps down to 0. It doesn't have that delay. So this is the thing that I'm wondering. Why is it different between coupled and decoupled? It should be the same. The thrusters should always work the same. The only difference is in coupled mode is that the flight control computer is going to try and keep you moving in the direction that you're up. So this was a big surprise to me, and this definitely should be the same for both modes. It should be the same in coupled as it is in decoupled. So you can see here how quickly between my throttle movement and my stick movement, how quick the thrusters actually react. You can watch that thruster output move up and down really, really quickly, which it doesn't do when you're in coupled mode. Now your IFCS safety settings make absolutely zero difference to any of this. When you decouple, your thrusters will move up and down as I command, or as you command, with your stick moving back and forth. So there's no reason why this shouldn't be the same in decoupled. So one thing I want to make sure I'm really clear on is I'm not saying that the spacecraft shouldn't have to slow down from its movement. The spacecraft has mass, so it should definitely have to use reverse thrust to slow down and come to a stop. I'm not arguing that at all, but I definitely think the ramp down or the ramp up of your thrusters, depending on the direction you're going, should not be there. If you need to accelerate, that should be because of the amount of thrust you're producing acting on your mass, pushing you in a direction, and your mass having to be accelerated up to that speed. It shouldn't be because your thrusters are going up and down slowly. That's just silly. So that's what I'm trying to get across, is that I'm not saying there shouldn't be jerk. There definitely should be jerk. It should be because of the thrust acting against your mass, not because the thruster takes time to ramp up. So that's my thoughts anyway. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about when I talk about the ramp up or the ramp down of thrusters. The ramp up's probably okay, but the ramp down certainly makes it unstable and unpredictable and hard to fly with. So that's my thoughts anyway. Once again, if you have any comments, agree, disagree, please leave your comments in the fields below. And thanks for watching.